Good morning, it's Tanny the Canadian Stamper, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Victoria, BC, Canada. Good morning, it's June 29th. We're crafting today. We're going to use the Golden Greenery stamp set. But we're not using it to make Christmas cards. So this is not yet released. So today is June 29th, but this doesn't come out until July 3rd. I'm doing a class on this one. It's got designer series paper and it's got matching dies that go with it. I'll go through the dies. But this is not going to be a Christmas card. So we're going to try out the double heat embossing. And I think we're just going to get started. I have some stuff to tell you about, but we're going to do it while I'm crafting and doing the things. Ooh, that was close. All right, let's do it. Good morning. Happy to see everybody. Hello, hello. All right, so measurements as always are going to be in the newsletter, which will go out tomorrow. I wonder if I put the news, I'm not sure if the newsletter link is there. I think it is, but you can also put in the comments if you would like to be on the newsletter and you don't have the link, and I'm happy to add you. All right, so Golden Greenery is a new online exclusive. It's two-step stamping, so it's photopolymer, which means you can see through the stamps. And the dies that go with it are here. So these cut out the shapes that you see here, plus there's another layer of dies here. So these ones, we're gonna maybe use, I've cut two out. Whoops. We're gonna see if maybe we can get rolling with a non-Christmas theme for this Christmassy type set. So I'm gonna do a class on this one. It's $45. You get 4 card kits and half pack of paper, some of the vellum. You also get, not this vellum, like the vellum that comes in the suite. And you also get, I think the embellishments that go with, which are like little clusters of berries. So let me show you one of the cards I made for that class. Is right here. Very Christmassy. So this one has the two-step stamping on the bells in 2 colors, and then this vellum here, and then there's another layer of vellum, and then 3 layers of designer series paper. So that's one of the cards for the class. All right, so let's get started. Today I'm going to use just a regular card base, Petunia Pop, and a piece of vellum. Other tools that we're going to need are your heat embossing things. So we're going to use 2 ink colors, white and Petunia Pop. Then we're going to use white embossing powder and clear embossing powder. Have you, oh, I gotta bring up my comments. Have you heat embossed before? Tell me in the comments if you maybe are new to heat embossing, because if so, today's gonna be a fancy day. It's gonna be really exciting. Okay, so I wanna show you something on this stamp that I learned. You know how sometimes stamps kinda, when you're inking them up, they kinda get stuck, like they get stuck on there and they kind of suction cup on there. When I was mounting these stamps just like 10 minutes ago, I noticed, I don't know if you can see, there's a hole in this stamp right there and a teeny tiny one right there. So thank you, Stampin' Up!, because this, I think, means, I've never seen this before in a stamp. I don't know if you guys have, like sometimes they have like a full hollow center, but a stamp set, or a stamp, I should say, that has a hole in the middle, I think it's to help with that suction-y. Anyways, so that's exciting. Oh, I see your comments now. Hi, friends. All right, so we're gonna focus on our vellum. I need a little piece of paper because we're gonna stamp off just a little bit. Double heat embossing. Okay, so who's heat embossed? Yes. Ooh, Kyle, you have not tried it. Well, friend, very exciting. This one's a little bit different. We're gonna start with white. Usually for heat embossing, the main tools that you need, this is where I keep all my heat embossing, is Versamark, which is clear ink. And then you need embossing powder, and you need a heat tool. This one right here. So it's got 2 settings, and 1 and 2. We're gonna go right to 2. Sometimes the heat will warp. So if you have a different, like a non-Stampin' Up! Vellum that you're using, you might, if your heat tool has 2 settings, you might go for the lower setting. This is Stampin' Up! Vellum, and it's quite thick. So it has not caused any problems. Let me show you actually the 2 cards that we did already with this if you missed them online. So there's the first one that I did, the double heat embossing. This is actually for Canada Day. Thanks, Jan Rodman. You put a little bug in my ear about doing Canada Day cards, and then I thought, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And then here's the one we did at our team social on Wednesday. This is with Spotlight on Nature. So if you didn't see those online, you saw them here. So we're gonna do something similar. All right, so from the Golden Greenery, it's 2-step stamping, but I think I'm just gonna use the one, like the outer, I don't know, we're gonna see. I actually secretly, well, it's not a secret because I'm gonna tell you, but I wanna do 2-step. Okay, let's just do it first. Will you indulge me? Just to see, I wanna test something. I cut a little piece of vellum and everything because I wanna try it. I don't know if this is gonna work. I hope you'll indulge me if we have time. Grab your coffee, folks. Okay, we're gonna try something. I'm gonna do 2-step stamping on vellum. Oh, wait. You need your little embossing buddy. So when you're embossing, you have, the powder is quite fine. So you want it, this embossing is just like a little pouch full of like talcum powder, and just rub it over. Do both sides, because we're gonna go on both sides, because it gets rid of the static. Okay, you're gonna humor me because I appreciate you. Okay, so there's one. And we're gonna take white embossing powder. Got my little tray, my embossing tray. I'm just gonna do one because this is just for fun, this one. So if you need something to hold your powder, this tray from Stampin' Up! Comes with an embossing buddy. It comes with a couple of brushes. I upgraded. This is what I used to use. I would shake it over this and then tap everything back into the thing, but I upgraded to this. So then this all goes down like this, and then you undo that, but we're gonna use this again. So I'm gonna save this and do it again in a moment. Okay, so now for heat embossing, I'm just gonna close this so it doesn't dry out. Wendy, this cheaper vellum loses the stiffness. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna turn this on. It's gonna be a bit loud. I'm assuming that you can hear me if I'm talking with this. Hopefully that's the case. So what you're doing is this heat tool is melting the powder. That's what's happening. You're heat embossing, folks. This is happening. There it is. That looks cool. Okay, here's where you're gonna indulge me a bit. I think I want, no. Now I'm gonna mount this one because it goes on this one, and we're gonna do it in pink. Not pink, Petunia Pop. Is that the right? Yep, that's it right there. I think it actually goes, oh yeah, it goes right over. You know how sometimes flowers, the second one, sit above, so they're like bulbs up here, but it's not. It's actually, you go right on, you go exactly on. Oh, this is gonna look pretty. I should have done it. Let's try Petunia Pop. Again, I have no idea how this is gonna go. We're just gonna see. Are you excited to see if it works? I am. Taking a risk, going on my Facebook channel with a random technique. Sure, let's try it. Why not, right? Okay, here we go. Yep. I really hope this works because I feel like it's going to be really pretty. I gotta get my head right over it. There, maybe? I don't know if this is gonna work. Yeah, maybe not, but we're still rolling with it. Now we're gonna go clear. Oh shoot. I'm going old school. So now clear. Powder. I don't think it's gonna work. So always save your embossing, like the leftover powder. Okay, now let's heat tool this again and see what we get. It's not working. No. I can't even tell if it's melted or not. Oh, it's sticky. Not dry yet. There it is. It's heat embossed now, but it doesn't look very good. Oh, it turned it almost like an orangey red. All right, well, that's the idea, but it's a fail. So we're gonna go with the original, the actual card. Wah, wah. But now we know. Now you don't have to try that at home because I did it for you. You cannot double heat emboss on the same. All right, now, ready? Maybe I should put in the comments however many minutes. We're at 13 minutes. If you're watching this on the replay, you should start at 13 minutes. All right, so now our actual card for today. Were you guys hopeful it was gonna work? I was. Oh well. All right, so we're gonna ink up in our white a random pattern. Now, you could also, you wanna leave a little bit of space. You don't want it really tight. I'll pick it up and show you so you can see kind of where I'm at with stuff. Now, in the team social, Wendy C, your project actually had like a focal point and everything was coming up from one side, which I think is really pretty. It's a great idea instead of a random pattern. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it there. You see that? Yeah. Okay, so now we're going back to our white embossing powder. And we're gonna do exactly the same as what we did on our tester card. You can pour the whole thing in. I mean, you're gonna save it. All right, here's a fun question. For those who have heat embossed, who have heat embossing stuff at home, what is the longest you've had heat embossing powder for? Like, how long has it lasted you? How many years? So you can buy heat embossing, these little tubs, I think in a pack of 3. So I'm tapping off because if you have excess, like there's a little bit of excess, you can get rid of it. There's a little brush that comes in the set, like when you get this and a brush and a tweezers and an embossing buddy. For this project, you don't have to be super careful with it. You, where is my brush? Here it is. You can certainly leave the extras because it's not going to show up. You'll see in the finished card, you don't necessarily have to use a brush to clean up the card as much as you normally would. If you were embossing a sentiment for sure. You want to have a brush and you want to clear away any of the excess powder, because what happens is when you use the heat tool and you go to and you melt it, all of those little extra little bits, they melt to your project, and then they sort of appear as little wispies. Yeah, so there you go. 8 years, Pam. Wow, that's good. I have a little extra here. I'm gonna put it in my garbage. All right, we're done with the white. Now let's heat gun this. So this Forever Greenery set is available July 3rd. And I want to be able to use it for not just Christmas, but also other occasions. I had so much fun yesterday die cutting from the set out of the designer series paper and seeing what fits with what and doing the two-step stamping, so coming up with color combinations. It's a lot of fun. The class will be a class to go, $45. So if you're thinking of buying the set, then it might be a good addition. Okay, so there's the one side. Now to do the double heat embossing, we're flipping, and we're going with our color, Petunia Pop. Same stamp set. You could do a different stamp set if you want. I'm gonna do the same one. Clean that one off. So now we're stamping on the other side of our vellum. And you're just doing your random again. Maybe kind of filling in. So we're going to Europe again next week, but turns out WestJet's on strike, and we're flying on WestJet. So that's problematic. So we hope we're going to Europe next week, but maybe not. We'll see. All right, so I give it a little tap just to get the powder into all the little wet spots of the ink. I'm not sure I'm a fan of the Petunia Pop, if I'm being 100% honest. Let's see what happens when it is heat embossed. So the clear gives whatever color you've done. I need to wash this. Just gives it a clear shine, like a sheen to it. I need to catch up with the comments. All right. What's everybody doing this weekend? I hope so too, Pam. I hope WestJet sorts itself out. This one will be pretty noticeable. No, it's not. This is a terrible ink color for this. It does not, oh, that's better. That's interesting. The Petunia Pop does not really pop. Like it's in the name, and you're not popping. Isn't that interesting? I think I missed a little piece on this side. Interesting. Well, okay, so just in comparison, so when we did, like, look at the red. This is Petunia Pop. Actually, to be fair, let's do this. Okay, so, like, it's not awesome, is it? As far as the colors popping out like these other ones. Interesting. All right, well, but you get the idea. That's double heat embossing. So when you have your, card base. The key is putting the colored piece in behind. So if you were to just leave it like that, the white gets lost. Now, when you're finishing your card, you can choose to do this way, where the heat embossing is the Petunia Pop, or you can turn it over and have the white shine through. I am not a fan of this. What do you guys think? What do you think? What do you think? I'm not a fan. Like, I don't really even want to put this card together because I'm not going to use it. I no likey. I'm debating cutting another piece, but it's already 20 after 9. What do you guys think? Yeah, so, Jan, right? No, I'm not doing it. I'm not putting this together. I'm gonna have to do a different one. I'm gonna do it off camera and then I'll post it. So the lesson here is I do not recommend Petunia Pop for this. However, what color is this? Garden Green and Real Red. So perhaps the idea here is that the colors that we should use, I do have this Berry Burst as a darker color, which I will do the other side, Pam, like that. Okay, let's do that. And then I have this one. So these are a couple of the dies. I'm not gonna use, it's too big to do it all, but let's do this. Oh my gosh, you know what? I can't remember the last time I did a Facebook Live that was kind of a fail. I feel like this is kind of a fail. So I guess I was due. It happens though. As we know, being crafters, sometimes it just does not work out. I am gonna do a little sprig of fancy gold in behind my sentiment. All right, so then we have, so do you guys have little packages like this of different sentiments? And this is the one that I want. Alternate sentiments. Ooh, that looks good. Look, that was a happy accident. That just, anyways, these are, I saved these from past paper pumpkins and, you know, just when you have extras. I'm sure you all have some. All right, Pam, I'm taking your advice. We're going with it. We're doing the other side. Jan, yours from the other day was Berry Burst and white and, what did you say? Too Busy. Interesting. So maybe the darker, interesting. Now we know. So if you're doing this at home, now you can be thinking about your colors. It's actually not too bad. I don't know if Christine is watching, but Christine, how are you going with my off tilt thing? Christine doesn't like the off tilted cards. Throws her off, right? Probably some other people too. Okay, so here's a fun fact. When using vellum, if you're going to use wet glue, it will warp. So if you're okay with that, then use wet glue. I use glue dots, and I'm putting the glue dots in behind where it's been stamped. So if you were to put it, so when using vellum, if you were to put a glue dot just on the straight vellum, you're going to see a little dot where the glue dot would be. So if you're okay with that, then cool. If you don't want to see that little dot in behind, then just position your glue dot in behind one of the images that you have stamped. Oops. One there. Let's go one right there. And then once you get it down, if you think there's like a section that's maybe like this one that's a bit flippy-uppy, or this, actually it's okay. You could just throw it here, just so you can see. You can throw another little glue dot in there so it sticks down. Candy off tilt throws you off as well. At the end of my lives, usually Facebook says, "Do you want to delete this after 30 days?" And excuse me, I always say like never delete, but maybe this one will be a 30-dayer, right? Because the off tilt plus the color, but we're still rolling with it. I'm gonna make a little bit of, yeah, I like that. Let's get a sentiment. Let's use, I want to have something, so I was thinking about thanks, but see how it won't fill in that space? I want to have a, oh yeah, that's better. Maybe best wishes, would that fit? Sending hugs, let's do sending hugs. That's layering leaves. Oh, that one actually would be, those would be good to do a double heat embossing, these images as well. Sentiment in Petunia Pop. And then we're almost done. It's coming together not too bad. Maybe I was being a little dramatic about it all. Okay. So photopolymer, it's good to have something underneath as a, you know, like your cushion. Gives the stamp a little something to, a cushion. Okay, very close. See how this is up? Don't worry. You can train your paper also. Or you could put a glue dot if you wish. I'm gonna pop up my sentiment. Okay, sorry, did I ask what you were all doing this weekend? I have a retirement party to go to today. It's later this afternoon, and I'm gonna go get an international driver's license. I'm hesitating because I want to put this stuff in behind my sentiment. Stand by. So when you get dimensionals back there, when you have long things to go in behind, they don't play well together. So just want to get these down first. I think I might do a little bit on the other side too. Actually, that looks not too bad. Okay, now I don't like the off tilt too. I don't think I'm gonna post this card afterwards. This is awesome because you guys are seeing, this is like real life. It's totally happening. All right, well, maybe should we add embellishments to this? No, I don't think so. I don't think we need to. These are the in colors. Petunia Pop is an in color. So I was gonna use in color gems to go with, but it's not gonna happen. No. All right, well, there it is. Let me show you the other ones. all my stuff away. Okay, there's today's project. This is hilarious. And then there's the other ones. So this is the first one I did. I thought, oh, that's pretty good. That looks cool. And then for the team social, I did that one. I'm like, yeah, that's even better. I love it. And the off tilt, I did this on purpose. For those who don't like the off tilt, I did this sequentially, like in a row, specifically to offset anybody who maybe didn't like the, and then here's today's. It's like this one should have been my first one. That's all right. It's good. You gotta laugh at yourself. So there it is. How about a little bit of ribbon at the bottom? All right, Pam, I happen to have this piece right here from a previous live where I do you see how I teased apart? I cut the ribbon this way and then I teased it apart. This is a bit long. Yeah, ribbon. That's probably for the best. That's a good call, Pam. Taking your advice. Okay, so when doing glue dot in the ribbon, so I rolled it a bit to get in behind the knot of the bow. Because like if you don't roll it, the glue dot will be bigger than the knot and then it just gets a bit sticky. You know, if it sticks to your envelope or sticks to the cellophane package, if you put your cards in the packages. There. I'm gonna cut my things. All right. There you go. There's our projects. It's very lovely now. Thanks, Wendy. Not too bad. So there's the double heat embossing technique. This is an O Canada card I made years ago. Happy Canada Day, everybody. I wish you a wonderful long weekend. And I hope you try the double heat embossing. Tell me what you think. Thanks for sharing your Saturday morning. And I wish you a lovely, crafty weekend. And we'll see you next time. Bye.